I have a few criticisms for this movie, but it was decent. It is way too obvious at times, and even has a few horror cliches, which I know isn't really a big surprise since it's a horror movie. But it has another one where they go to a random older guy and he has a book and he has all the knowledge about the creature they happen to be dealing with. And then one of them thinks he's crazy and the other one doesn't. And there's also some stuff like um, Dan, he's the cop we barely see besides the fact that he works with one of the main characters. So of course he gets killed with like one hit. He finds the kid, antlers to the back, done for. But when Paul comes, he just gets yeeted. And you think that might be it, but he only like pokes him with his antler in the arm. He hits him with a weapon a few times that he finds lying around. Honestly, couldn't tell what it was. I don't know if it was an axe, a bat, or whatever. It looked weird, but he hit the creature with it a few times. It leaves, done for. And all he gets is a messed up arm. Even though Dan got killed. And they were in the exact same spot, too. Paul showed up, stood over Dan's body. He didn't enter the cabin, just like Dan didn't. But he gets a completely different way, even though this is a seemingly mindless creature, besides the fact that it still cares about the kids for some reason. It attacks anyone else besides his own children. Even though he wanted himself locked up in a room because he thought he was going to hurt his own children. Of course, he doesn't really know much about the monster he encountered in his disease, but still weird that he's like, well, I'm gonna hurt the kids, and then he takes care of the kids for the whole movie. She ends up killing the Wendigo, and then she has to kill the little kid too. I wonder how she got away with that. Because he didn't turn into a Wendigo yet. He was about to, because you can see a little bit of the antlers coming out of his mouth. But then she stabs him with a dagger, and then it cuts to the last minute of the movie. I wonder how she got away with killing the kid. Because she was hugging him too. So her fingerprints would be all over the body. Like, oh, she killed this giant creature. Oh, there's a dead kid here? Oh, she killed a kid too after she killed this creature? Why would she do that? Oh well. Anyway, the movie ends with like this very obvious thing that happens. They even have a very not so subtle line where he goes, do you think you would ever have the guts to kill someone you love? And then not too long later, he starts coughing, and they just leave him behind asking if he's okay. He says, yeah, he's okay, I'll catch up with him. And we find out, oh, he's turning into a Wendigo. I wonder why else he would say, do you think you could ever kill someone you love? That's definitely not foreshadowing. But I guarantee it's not going to be one of those movies that get sequels, but I bet it could be cool. But yeah, that's about it. It was a decent movie. It was kind of scary at times. And most of the time it was just kind of cliches. I also thought it was weird that Lucas helped kill the dad, even though one of his lines, not too long before that, was that all he had to do for his dad to care about him was to give him food. And he literally left when the girl told him not to leave, to go after his dad and his brother. But after she's about to die, because she pokes the Wendigo one more time with the pole, but she doesn't get him enough to hurt him. She almost got him enough to kill him, but she didn't. So the Wendigo rips the pole out, and then Lucas comes from behind and saps him with a knife that we saw a few times in the movie. So I wonder what made him change his mind. There's no explanation either. But then he tries to stop him from killing his brother, which understandable but weird. Like, he just killed his dad, but he's like, nope, not my brother, though. Because he says he's just sick, even though, you know, he knows that they're both sick. But I do understand why he would do that. It's still weird. And then, there's actually one more thing I want to talk about. There was a really cringy scene. It's the only scene in the movie I didn't like, where the teacher follows him. And when she follows him, she takes him to the store, buys him some ice cream. And it is one of the worst dialogue I've ever heard. She was just trying to be funny and get the kid to laugh and, you know, stuff like that. But the scene was ridiculous. It just really wasn't funny. She was like, ice cream's my favorite vegetable. Like, okay, it's not a vegetable. That doesn't make it funny just because you're saying something that isn't a vegetable is a vegetable. Then she says, well, since ice cream is my favorite vegetable, what's your favorite fruit? And he goes, donuts. God, that scene was awful. And there's one more thing I didn't like. There's a bully in the movie that we see every now and then. He ends up getting killed by the dad. But it's another movie with an unnecessary F slur. He tells him the teacher can't help him now, and then he calls him the F slur. It's just so unnecessary for movies to do that. This honestly could have been just a short film, because it literally feels like a short film that I would see Crimp TV or Alter do on their YouTube channel. Just, you know, way shorter instead of an almost 2-hour movie like this was. But it was good. I do recommend it. It wasn't the best, but it was good.